Black Sheep family at home. Continuation of our digital training. So the technique of the week is the sprawl. We're going to be working essentially how to defend takedowns, okay? So me and Nick, we're going to kind of role play a little. This could be gi or no gi. The lines of defense when you're wrestling or going for takedowns is the head, the hands, the arms, and the hips. So what does that mean? So assuming we know jiu-jitsu, we are going to have a good bladed stance or square stance. We can be fighting more upright to grab the gi, or we can be fighting more level, with a knees bent like we're going for wrestling. But either way, we want to be looking at the head and the hands. So if I see Nick or Nick sees me, level change. So Nick, I'm going to level change here. So level change is when, keeping my back straight, I step in and I bend my knees. Okay, so if Nick doesn't respond to my head going down and me bending my knees, it's very easy for me to go into him. So if the roles are reversed, I see Nick level change, I match the level, or I go even lower, he can't go past my head. You see? He's literally gonna headbutt himself. So the first line of defense is the head. So that just means if he goes low, I go low. Sometimes we're gonna be feinting, okay, to get a reaction. I might make him go low, he goes low, and then I get his neck. Okay, so that's the first line of defense. That just means if we are observing our good wrestling stance, whether it's square or bladed, just wherever he goes, we match. Okay, next line of defense is the hands. So let's say now I'm going to be attacking Nick. Let's say I do a level change here, and you don't match the level, but I'm starting to get close. He has his hands there to block. Okay, so let's say he does a level change. Here, he's coming in close, he's getting close. So if I don't do anything, he's gonna pick my leg up. So what I can do before he gets too close, I can use my hands or my forearms, try to get close, just put some weight. Whatever he's trying to grab, if it's the closer leg or both legs, try to grab my leg. I put some pressure, get my leg and my hips back, and it's very important. If we are using our hands, we call this posting. I'm posting on his body. He can't get past my arms unless he lifts my arms. So it's really important, once I get my legs back, I bring my arms back. Okay, so we're here, he tries to grab me. We call that a shallow shot. So he's trying to grab my legs, but instead of getting his hips under, he's just trying to grab with his arms. Okay, so I just kind of stiff arm. Really important, when you stiff arm, bring your legs and your hips back so that you're safe and you can't double down his attack. Now the last line of defense, if the person actually goes under me, so let's say Nick, you go for a double leg. He gets very close, his back is straight, his hips are forward. I can't just push with my hands, then we use our forearms and our hips. So if he's doing a double leg and his head is on one side, I'm gonna kick my legs back. I can just drop my forearms on his neck and shoulder blade area, and it's really important. I wanna stuff his face to the mat. He can use his head to drive. Let's switch double legs. Boom. He can use his head to drive here. Look to the left there, Nick. You see? My legs are literally coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my opposite hip, post on my toes, and use my forearms. You see Nick's being generous with this, but even if he was really trying to keep grabbing my gi pant there, this pressure is hard for him to hold. So if his head's on the left, I drop my right hip. And then this is very hard for him. It'd be very simple for me to spin behind them, but we don't have to worry about that. The main concern is just getting our legs free, making the person succumb to the turtle position so that they don't fall on their face. So get back up, we're here. Let's say he actually goes, I match his head positioning, but he does a great shot. He goes past my arms. Now I drop my forearms, sprawl, sprawl, sprawl. You see, turning my hip away. Okay? So now we can do it live speed. We're moving back. Go to my sprawl. Once the legs are free, very easy. We just jump to the back, secure the turtle. Okay? Now the challenge, the physical drill that I want you guys to do this week, let's move a little bit, is going to be keeping our pressure of our hips on our opponent while we're sprawling, okay? So to do that, one person, my uke, is gonna be on his elbows and knees. It's very important, he's gonna keep his legs strong. So Nick, I want you to demonstrate the turtle position. Get your knees wide. His elbows are touching his knees. He has his hands in a position to block his neck. But what we're gonna do is, instead of relying on my hands, I'm gonna teach you guys, I want you guys to learn how to use your hips. So we're gonna pretend we don't have hands. We're gonna have our hands behind our back. And the drill is just to keep the balance, rotating 360 degrees around your partner while he keeps his turtle and stays on his elbows and knees. So I'll demonstrate this, okay? So this doesn't have to be something that you have to get a lot of reps on. We're just trying not to fall. And you're gonna see it's very tempting to use your hands. But we don't wanna rely on our hands, we wanna rely on the pressure of our body. So I'm just gonna tiptoe, tiptoe. Sometimes I'm gonna be driving more with my hip. Sometimes it's gonna be more my chest and my shoulder. We just have to maintain good weight distribution. So I go, I turn my hip kind of the other way. I just make sure I stay on him. Once I go all the way one side, I'm just gonna go to the other side. You see I almost fell there? Instead of placing my hands, I shifted my weight the other side. And that's the key, weight distribution. So moving, moving, moving. I go the other way, keeping my weight on him, turning. And once you learn how to do that with your hips, the hands become an accessory instead of relying on them, because you should really be relying on the pressure of your hips, okay? How'd that feel, Nick? Pretty heavy?
Pretty heavy.
All right, guys, so let me know if you guys, how you feel about your sprawl, if you have any questions, and let's try this drill if you have a partner in a safe and clean place to train.